Patriot time. We managed to avoid this for a while, but this part, sometimes it's a little more fun to talk about what went wrong, especially when we're talking about a head coach who really doesn't have things go wrong all that often. And you made the comment earlier. How much did this quarterback game that he was playing, this uncertainty that was permeating the team, whatever it is, whatever kind of power play, I don't know if it's a Malcolm Butler type thing with Mac Jones.
There's something there. There's something going on a little bit,
yes. But if Bill Belichick is willing to put one of his best defensive backs on the sideline and force him to watch the action in a Super Bowl at the expense of winning another ring, this is a guy, and I got to respect it. This is some Italian stubbornness, cutting off the nose to spite the face, to spite the Super Bowl ring. If he's going to do it then, he'll do it now. And there's something up with him and Mac Jones. I'm sorry, people. There's something weird going on there.
There is.
And Mac Jones starts, and then he gets yanked, and then Belichick tells Lisa Salters at halftime that was the plan all along, and Mac's going to play in the second half, and he doesn't. Now, after the game, Belichick said that the game got out of hand, but they had opportunities to put him in before the game got out of hand. Yeah. I kept waiting every drive. Where's Mac? Where's Mac? Where's Mac?
Right.
Never saw him warming up. He never got to go, hey, get yourself ready in case we put you in. They don't know what's going to happen in the current drive by the Bears. Got to get the guy ready. He was on. I saw shots of Bailey Zappe warming up. I never saw shots of Mac Jones warming up. So
weird situation. Weird.
Chris, is weird. And
it is. It's
the most important position on the field. It's one thing to screw around with Malcolm Butler. It's another thing to screw around with your quarterback position, because it does. And I was watching the press conference last night. I don't care who it was, Devin McCourty, Matthew Judon. They all are reading off of the same sheet. We're the defense. We're worried about defense. We're not worried about the quarterback position. I'm sure that's what Belichick says in every meeting. It's not your job. Do your job. It's not your job to worry about who the quarterback is. Defense is the same regardless of who the quarterback is. Doesn't affect us. Well, yeah, it does, because the quarterback's no good. It puts you in a tougher spot. But it's part of this broader game that Belichick has to play to try to hold it together. And I just wonder whether he was able to hold it together last night.
Yeah, well, it was odd. I mean, it was odd, and to even think, like, oh, both guys are going to play and all that. I mean, when you hear that, I was just like, what? Is this the New England Patriots? What? Both guys are going to play? They're the kind of place where if you can't play totally 100% to your highest level, then you don't play. And we play the guy that's kind of been rolling and playing well. And we'll see you next week when you have a full week to really practice and get ready to go. There is something there. Again, there's too many people. I know you have been saying this, and I know, too, that there is some friction rooted in the departure of Josh McDaniels, the offensive coordinator, in that conversation with Patricia and Joe Judge, and something there with Belichick. There's too many people in football that tell me. I just don't know the exact details of why and what's going on. And I'm guessing that you're kind of hearing the same thing, or have been hearing the same thing.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Right. So there's something to that. And then I guess just, you look at the overall pressure of the situation too, where, hey, Mac Jones is supposed to be the Brady replacement. Hey, this is a guy we picked. It's not like, oh, we're a free agency and we got to figure out a Cam Newton thing. We wanted this guy, and he fell to us and played really good as a rookie and took us to the playoffs. And then struggled this early in the year to where you might have cost him football games. And then to throw him out there, start in the game where he didn't have a full week of practice, and the way you've been playing with Bailey Zappe and the energy are all good. I mean, to me, it was all a little weird last night. I was surprised to hear during the day yesterday that Mac Jones was going to start or going to play, or, you heard all these different reports out there. So, and I can't help but to think if that didn't mess with the mojo of who they are a little bit. Not to say Zappe's better or anything like that, but momentum is a real thing in football. And when you kind of got a good thing going and a way you're playing with one guy, sometimes you ride that wave. And you certainly don't just do it to go, hey, let's throw our less than 100% quarterback out there and see what he's got.
And it was classic Belichick gamesmanship leading up to the game. Limited in practice was Mac Jones Thursday, Friday, Saturday, officially listed as questionable. I was told yesterday afternoon that Jones took like 90-95% of the first string reps on Saturday, but just few enough that they could, with a straight face, say he was limited and call him questionable. The ideal was he was going to start. He was pushing to start. It's been part of this back and forth, this push and pull. Mac wants to play. Mac thinks he's ready, so he lets him play, and then the moment he screws up, he pulls him out. He puts in Bailey Zappe. Zappe starts screwing up. They don't put Mac Jones back in. And, there's different conspiracy theories out there. He wants to rub Mac Jones' face in it, put Mac Jones out there where they're hearing the chants for Bailey Zappe, and then they put Zappe in and they leave him in. The other side of the conspiracy theory is it's a middle finger to the fans who are trying to tell Bill Belichick what to do. Here's your hero, Bailey Zappe, flopping around like a fish in a boat. He doesn't know what to do in the second half. The whole thing is just weird. We're not used to seeing it from any team. This is some Steve Spurrier crap where you think you're going to use two quarterbacks. This isn't Bill Belichick.
I'm with you there. That's where I'm surprised. This is a team, Belichick and hey, Bill Parcells, whatever. It's when I played for Josh McDaniels. It's very real, tangible thing is to build the team around the quarterback. Just have a general. Not that he has to be the superstar, but there's one clear voice and leader on that side of the ball. They're believers in that. And again, I do think they want Mac Jones to be that guy. But I think because Mac was clamoring to get out there and the way they were playing. And again, the fact that he did lead them to the playoffs and was a first-round pick, I think that led Belichick to maybe, get outside his own comfort zone as far as how he usually deals with these type of situations. And, yeah, I'm with you. The one thing I want to see, Mike, too, is, he throws the interception. We know that's bad, and see you, you're out of here. Those first two drives as well, Troy Aikman alluded to it, and I wish he would have shown some replays where – he could have said, hey, it doesn't look like he's in the flow of the game, and, hey, the pocket and all those things. Like, I do wonder, was there some people open in those first two series where, he just couldn't pull the trigger, wasn't feeling comfortable, was kind of feeling the pass rush still and all of that. I felt like Troy was hinting at that, but then Zappe comes in and you go, wow, whoa, here we go. And you're right. And then we never see Mac Jones, and that's I guess weird, Mike. But at the same time, he's got a bad ankle. Maybe they just thought, hey, let's not throw him back out there now in this situation when we're down and it's cold and not warmed up. So maybe there's a few things that play into that.
Belichick did say, as he grunted his way through 5 or 6 questions at one point, that health was an issue. Let's have a little listen to what Bill Belichick had to say when he made his way to the podium after last night's 33-14 loss.
Who is the starting quarterback?
Yeah, we just finished the game.
So when Mac came out of the game, Bill, was that a medical decision, the timing of the pulling him? So was that related to the interception? That was his last play tonight?
No, we had planned to play. I told the quarterbacks that we were gonna play both of them. So we did.
And so was the plan for 3 series? It just seems when his last play's an interception, it looks like a benching for performance.
That's not what it was, but you can write whatever you want to write. That's not what it was.
Do you see a situation where you might go one quarterback one week and one the next and have kind of a platoon situation, or are you going to start one quarterback each week?
Yeah. No, I don't see that.
Bill, what was a benefit of the pre-planned rotation at quarterback?
I think it was the best thing to do based on the situation.
What was the situation?
The whole situation.
He's a master. I didn't notice it last night, but when he was asked, are you going to platoon them or just have one starting quarterback, he says, no, I don't think that'll happen. It's an either-or question.
Right.
It's not yes or no.
Right.
I don't know what he's saying no to. He's a genius. An evil super genius is Bill Belichick, although the plan currently isn't working. And I mentioned Steve Spurrier earlier. No offense to Steve Spurrier, but I remember there was a time when he was the Washington head coach where I felt like he was trying to bring that college quarterback mindset to the NFL. In the NFL, the quarterback is the unquestioned leader of the offense and the unquestioned leader of the team. We'll see college teams do the revolving door stuff. Is it this guy? Is it this guy? Sometimes it's this guy. Sometimes it's that guy. I don't know. You may have some experience with that firsthand.
Yeah.
That doesn't cut it in the NFL.
No, it doesn't cut it anywhere.
That's not the way we do it in the NFL. We see college teams do it. Maybe it's because there's so many of them. Statistically, there's going to be some where the head coach doesn't know what the hell he's doing, so he's going to screw up the whole team by trying to become. And I think what happens is, the college coach who's the emperor of the town where the team is.
Right.
If you have that clear-cut starting quarterback, it threatens the college coach's status as the guy. If you have a quarterback who's the guy. So I'm so powerful, I can screw around with who the starting quarterback is. I mean, that's the vibe this has. It doesn't work in the NFL.
No, it doesn't.
And you're right, it doesn't work at college level either, but they still do it.
Yeah, it doesn't work anywhere. It doesn't. And you're right. I mean, to me, it's like when we start to blame the issues of the team on the quarterback. That's usually when it happens in the college. There's issues everywhere. I mean, Steve Spurrier got away with it. It wasn't good for Florida back in the day when they were doing that. You got to remember, too, they had an NFL team playing against a bunch of college kids. They were awesome. So they could still win games, but it wasn't helping either quarterback out or the team. But yeah, it just doesn't seem within the DNA of Bill Belichick. That whole answer doesn't. And I'm just shocked in a place where, again, where if you can't practice all week and totally be 100%, they usually don't play you. Because, one, they don't feel like you're going to be hitting on all cylinders, and two, they usually do it to protect the player too. Like he's not going to be himself. He's not going to be able to protect himself the right way. That's where I was surprised by all of it. And I have a hard time thinking he had a normal week of practice last week. I mean, we know he didn't. It wasn't like he was full go all the time. So but yet he's feeling the pressure too. Mac's going, wait, the offense is playing good now. We're running the ball. I want to be a part of this. I mean, playing quarterback right now is easy. And then they ran into a buzzsaw because he was a little out of sorts, certainly. The Bears were all over. Really, it seemed like just about everything the Patriots wanted to do. They couldn't get the run game going. And other than, 3 special plays that just fell exactly right for Bailey Zappe, where the whole world wanted to go, oh my gosh, look at Bailey Zappe. Whoa. He threw to the running back uncovered coming out of the backfield. Who could do that? Oh my gosh. He threw to this play. Hey, it's a great game plan play. He got fortunate that he was in that quarterback right there where the Bears called that. I don't think Mac misses that. This play right here, this is another game plan play. This is the guy you throw to on this play, period. That's a crappy throw. He's wide open, So, and then you have, a fumbled snap or a fumbled handoff, and, of course, some bad interceptions to go along with it, too. So I don't sit here, too, after the last night and go, Bailey Zappe's definitely the answer. There's positive things about Bailey Zappe's game. One thing is he's small, and we can see he has a getting the ball batted down problem, and he doesn't have a great arm. He's got good feel. There's no doubt. But I don't think he's in his best better than Mac Jones. That's what I guess I'm trying to say. He was the benefactor of the team, playing some teams that matched up. Their offense got going, and ultimately I still think they're going to be much better with Mac Jones, but Mac's not totally himself right now.
And it's different to play quarterback when your team is winning.
Yeah.
And the defense is suffocating the Lions or the Browns.
Right.
It's very different when you're down and you've got to lead the charge and your offense isn't built to do it.
Right.
And it was so weird when they're down 19 with 10, 11 minutes left. And, we see this all the time, and it drives me crazy. Like, where's the urgency? Are you just giving up? Why are you huddling? Why are you running the ball between the tackles? Why are you not rushing to the ball and going into a 2-minute drill here? You've got to score 3 times. It astounds me when we see that, and maybe that's the disconnect between watching a game on TV, being in the stands, and being in the middle of it, because you're still humans and you're tired, and there's only so much you can do as you try to rush play by play by play by play to get the ball down to the end zone. And the harder you press, the more you set up the possibility of a turnover like
that's what I think it is, Mike, to your point and why you asked that. I think a lot of teams go, wait, let's just make sure we get the 1 score first. Let's make it a 2-score game, and then we'll start to go from there instead of, like you said, hectic, crazy, and, hey, no huddle, it's rookie quarterback, and, oh, man, now we're totally out of it. I think that's the reasoning why teams do that. I mean, let's get that first one, and then we'll start to manage from there. But, yes, it has a bad look on it when nothing happens because you go, wait, well, are they trying to score here? What the hell? Are they trying to win the game? And it just was an unpatriot-like night. For them to get physically whooped, schematically whooped, and then for them to be the team that made all the dumb brain fart type mistakes throughout the night. Justin Fields getting out of the pocket when they look like they got him in there. There was just so many unpatriot-like things throughout the night that they did not deserve to win that game. They were totally outclassed last night.
And I also think there's a mentality that kicks in. It goes to 33-14 with 12 minutes left. And you don't want it to get worse than that. It'll look worse than that.
Agreed.
You don't want 46-10 again.
They protect
like
against the blowout.
Super Bowl 20.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, I agree with that,
It
too.
was still a blowout,
Right.
but, hey, if that guy runs that, I think 39-14, 42-14.
Yeah,
it's got a
47-14.
different vibe.
Everybody's going, oh, my gosh, what is wrong with the Patriots today? What a disaster. You're right. And I do think that's, part of the overall managing of the perception of your football team that goes on.
Before we take a break,
Yeah.
Mac Jones has a long way to go to beat Tom Brady.
Right.
We understand that. And Brady never had to deal with this kind of weirdness earlier at any point in his career in New England. However, they do have one thing in common, as we saw last night. I don't know if – I'm starting to wonder whether or not the Patriots coach this when you slide. Hey, if there happens to be a guy right in front of you, just put your foot up and give him a little love tap. Right? I mean, what is that? And Brady did the same thing to Ed Reed, got fined $10,000 for it. And Brisker, he got it. He got him. It doesn't take much, as Eddie Murphy once said. You don't have to hit him, you just have to graze him. But that's the Tom Brady move.
It is. It's odd, and I don't know if he just loses control of his leg and it kind of hits the ground there and then kicks back up, or if he's trying to protect himself. I don't know.
Hey, when that foot flattens out, that's a human being controlling his foot. When it flattens like that, you're pulling your toes up. I would think about that.
I would guess
That's not a natural reflex. My foot's going crazy here, and you pull your toe up, you're in control of your foot when you pull your toe up. He knew damn well what he was doing, and it'll be interesting to see if he gets a letter this week from the league office. He should. Brady got fined $10,000 for doing it to Ed Reed 9-10 years ago. He should get fined for this.
Yeah, I wouldn't be shocked to see it happen. It does look a little unnatural. I mean, the more you watch it, the more it does look like that, he's protecting himself. And
I didn't know that Brisker grabbed the sensitive region in midair.
In midair, he was like, "Oh, my kahunas are hurt! Holy cow! it is instantaneous." And those are cleats on there that are hitting me. That's dangerous. And again, as most people I don't think realize sometimes, NFL football players do not wear cups. There is no protection there. Right.
Point of pride. That's from Tim Green's Dark Side of the Game. You don't wear a cup. It slows you down.
It's uncomfortable.
Yeah. Hi, it's Mike Florio. Thanks for watching PFT on YouTube. Hit subscribe for the latest news and analysis from Pro Football Talk.